Good morning, guys. It's your girl Michelle. I know it's been a long time. We're not even gonna talk about that. There's a lot to talk about though, but we're not doing that today. Today is December 30th. Listen, I missed a lot of days with you all, but that's okay because next year I got a feeling that there'll be a lot more videos. And again, it's just for those who need to hear it. But listen, it is Friday, December 30th. I'm on my way to work, and I'm driving down the street, and I see a bunch of trees, and to me they all look the same. Now, mind you, I'm not a professional, so they might be different, they might not, but to me, they appear to all look the same, except this one tree, the same species of tree, like the same type of tree. But there's one particular tree on this block, on this one block, that just does not look the same. And I said, man, what's the difference between those trees? Like, what's the problem? And the Holy Spirit says to me, the soil. And we know the soil to represent the heart, right? And so I'm thinking, okay, Lord, what are you saying here? And what I perceived the Holy Spirit to say was, just because you look the same doesn't mean you are the same. And we have to understand that God looks at the heart where man looks out the outside, right? And I'm thinking, and I'm saying these things, like me and the Holy Spirit are having a whole conversation. I said, okay, so the soil is the difference. I said, but what's different about the soil? Like, what's the problem with the heart? What's the problem? And he said, there are hearts that have surrendered, and then there are hearts that have not. So I'm looking at trees where most of the trees still have their leaves. And although the leaves, catch this, although the leaves are dead, there are like 3 or 4 trees on this block that still have all of its leaves. And then there's this one tree that only have half of its leaves. And I'm saying, okay, Lord, well, surrender. Right? There are people who have given the appearance, right, that you have this whole facade and this, and listen, I'm not judging, but God knows your heart. He knows the type of lifestyle that you're living, even behind closed doors. He knows, right? And then there are those of us, we don't have it all together, but we are faithful to the process of trying to get it together. Okay? So there's a difference between those. And what the Lord said to me was, those who have surrendered have made room for what's to come. So yes, we are naturally in the winter season, but we know that the springtime is coming. Which of those trees do you think will show leaves first? And remember, for those of you who have been rocking with me for a minute, you know that green is my favorite color, right? Because it represents life and growth and process. It represents so much newness, right? And so in the spring, when the trees start to bear fruit of the new season, which of those trees on that block do you think will show growth first? The trees that have already started to shed the deadness. Don't hold on to dead stuff. Let that dead stuff go, because the dead stuff is only going to hold you back. Okay? So as we walk into 2023, my suggestion to you is to consult with God about those things that you think are still alive but are really dead, and ask him to sever what's really dead, because you don't want to take dead things into 2023, right? So much newness, so much possibility, right, in 2023. Why take something dead or dying? And again, there's going to be a separation anyway, right? So God said that there's the wheat and the tare, right? So the sheep and the goat, even the church and the remnant. So there's going to be a separation. There's going to be a separation. Allow him to separate it now, right? So yeah, there's going to be a separation. Just let him do it, because no eye has seen and no ear has heard what God has in store for his children. Surrender what needs to be surrendered so that you can receive what he has for you. Because those trees that are still holding on to those dead leaves, it's going to take longer. It's going to take longer because the dead stuff is still trying to suck up nutrients from the tree. So, yeah, that's what you do. Seek God. Allow him to sever those things that are dead. And let him cause the separation that needs to be caused. Because you see that Abraham and Lot, when God told Abraham to leave his people, Abraham allowed Lot to go with him. But it wasn't until there was a separation between the two that God was able to start blessing Abraham or Abram. Okay? So be mindful of the people that you're trying to take into 2023 with you. That's my suggestion. And that's my prayer for you, that you will let go of what God is telling you to let go. Not only so that you can receive what God has for you, but because it's the right thing to do. It's better for your health and your wellness and your soul prosperity. Be in good health even as your soul prospers, right? So you want to be able to prosper, to do the things, the will of God, right? So make sure that you are in right alignment with God. Okay? I love you all. If I don't see you again before the 1st, Happy New Year. Congratulations. You made it through another year by the grace of God. And we have many more things to do. All right. Peace.